Right. Hello people. As you know, I've been having trouble with my fridge. It's now working perfect on gas, but I don't always want it on gas. When I'm on site I run it on the 240 volt and it's very inefficient when it was working, but it just gets that hot, even on a cold day with the vent. You know, I got the extractor fan and everything on. Even with the vent on, it gets very, very hot. And the 12 volt, that is absolutely battery hungry. If you put it on 12 volts, it won't last no more than an hour on a fully charge. 12 volts is absolutely great for when you're driving along, because it's running on your alternator, and then your relay, once you stop, that'll turn the fridge off when you stop. So it's never on the battery other when you're driving. So I'm going to replace it, and I'm going to replace it with just an ordinary domestic little short line tabletop, what they call the tabletop fridge. It's got loads of room in it. It's got as much room in there as it is in my fridge, and it's got a little freezer box. I've had it running the last 2 days now in the house, and it's been running okay. Okay, the pump's a little bit noisy, but it's a compressor fridge. So I fetched it out here today because it's a dull, I'll show you outside, dull dreary day. It hasn't long rained, and I mean, I'm still pulling 4.5 amps, so my battery's fully charged. 13.6 in there. Let me just get a pencil. Let me tilt that back a bit. That's it, because I'll just reset it. Clear. That's it. Now it's set back to all zeros. Right. So I'm going to run this on my inverter just to see how much power it does take. And just in case I forget, I am going to put it on a timer. It'll turn itself off tonight if I forget when the sun goes down. I shall only run it during the daytime when we have got... Oh, look at that, the sun's just coming out. I will only run it on the daytime when we have got sun, if it's not too power hungry, so I'm about to find out anyway. Right, I'll set the clock and I'll plug it in. Right, as I've said before, I've got two 110 batteries and a 1500 continuous 3000 boost surge inverter. Got two ring mains, one for the inverter and one for the mains. So I'm just about to flick it on. I mean, that sun's coming in out. We're back up to 4.5 amps now. So I'm about to turn my inverter on. It's that one. I can turn that one off. No, that's not my inverter. That's the inverter. And of course it takes a while for it to kick in. It isn't absolutely immediate. So that's all plugged in. Flick it onto the timer. Yeah, it's on the timer. Let me just check. Yeah. Right, it's on. I just heard the inverter kick in, and I'm pulling 4 amps, which is 50 watts. So I haven't got to cool it down because it's already cooled down, and I'm still fetching 3.5 amps of solar, and I'm using just over 3.5 amps of power. So myself, I don't think it's going to be very efficient, but that'll only be until the fridge has reached its temperature. Then it'll turn, the fridge will turn itself off and cut back in when the temperature raises in there again. So I'm going to take the thermometer out of the other fridge. Yeah, it's running at 4 amps now. Yeah, so I'm pulling an amp, taking an extra amp off the solar. So right, I'm going to put my little thermometer, because it's 17.7 in that fridge, so I'll get that out and I'll put it in the other fridge. Right, I've swapped the thermometer over. Its fridge is still on. Of course, I just opened the door and let it drop again. That's flicking between 3.5 and 4 amps, and I'm pulling 3.6 on there now, not 3.8. Don't know why it varies so much. So watt hours is I'm on 0.2 watt hours. Fridge has started to cool down in there. As I say, it was already chilled. I've just stuck the thermometer in there and it was 18 degrees in the other one, so it'll take our time for that one to go down. That's on. The inverter isn't even struggling, because it, you know, if it's struggling, the fan, you would hear the fans blowing on it. So as you can see by the battery thing on there, it's fully charged there. I got 12.8 now that the fridge is on. So alright, I'm going to come back in a couple of hours and find out. Catch you in a while. Well, it'll be seconds to you. You can see that 3.2C. That's what it's fetched the fridge down. The fridge isn't on at the moment. Still fetching in 3 to 4 amps. Usage is none, and it's taken 26 kilowatt hours to maintain it. I'm still on 13 volts. So of course it is on a timer, so it will turn itself off at 4:30. So I'll come back at 4:30. Do you know what? I haven't got a clue what the time is at the moment. The only way I can tell is to turn the radio on and then off again.
My mind about his own.
1:30. 1:20. So it's been on since 11. So yeah, 4 amps. But as we say, it is still a dull, dreary day. It has rained once or twice this morning already. We have got rain forecast this afternoon. So according to that, it's 26 watt hours. So I don't know what that is. That bit's beyond me. Yeah, I'm using nothing at the moment. Just check that it's still on the timer. Yeah, it's still on the timer. Yeah, so I mean, nothing's hot. Inverter's a little bit warm, but that's because he's turned on. He's on permanently. So the fan, the extractor fan, will be on. I shall put that on one of those things there. Let's turn him on. I'll put him on one of those things there, so he'll turn himself on and off as the temperature gets right. And it'll just be a couple of computer fans. There is a couple of computer fans behind the fridge already, so, but they're not on a, they're just on a switch. Fridge fan, rear fan, fridge fan. So yeah, they started up, so they'll come on automatically. I've got another one of those, so I shall put him in line when I come to do it. And there, he just clicked back on because the thing boosted up. The fan fired in 4.5 amps, and I'm using 4.5 amps. So at that, like, the batteries aren't charging, but they're not discharging anyway. And of course, how long does the fridge come on for? Not long, is it? So right, give it until 4 o'clock. And my battery's still showing these 12.7, so I no worry over it. That still says I've got full battery. And I got, I don't know whether you can see that, 12.6 on the van battery. So let's get in there. I'm pleased, you know, I'm getting, you know, 4.5 to 5 amps now. Yeah, sun's slightly coming out now. Yeah, so I'm bringing in more amperage now is what I'm using. So it's gone up to 28 watt hours. So right, come back to 3:30, 4 o'clock. Right, it's 3:30, sun's come out, I'm getting 7 amps, and I'm using 1 amp. And I think that's just the draw of the inverter, I'm not sure. No, I wouldn't have thought so. But the fridge is on. It's going up to 6 degrees for some reason, so I'll turn him up. Oh, he's ice cold inside. I'll turn him up a tad. Oh, he is on. He's on 5 or 6. So that is working. It's dropped down to 3 again now. Oh, wind's blowing the stuff around outside. Yeah. So all in all, I'm producing 6 amps and only using 2 amps, 1 amp. So I'm well chuffed with that. So I think weekend it's going to go in because it's forecast rain for tomorrow for me. So that's, batteries are nice and cool, inverter's nice and cool. That's still working properly, so that'll turn itself off. Because I just opened the fridge, it's going up to 6 degrees. But you can take it from me, it is ice cold in there. I don't think that thing works properly. Yeah, 7 amps, look at that. 7 amps and 1 amp. Wow. Right. I'm still 13.3. Still full on there. The van's gone up to 12.8. Because of course the split charger charges the van as well. So, right, I'm chuffed with that. That's all I'm doing. So it can go in tomorrow. Cheers. Right, I got the old fridge out. I've run away with self. So I've got the top off. Got it out. It's a bloody good clean under there. And I'm just sorting the fans out, ready to be able to wire them up as they come on with the sensor when I put that in. The dropout, I don't need the dropout in there anymore because I've taken the T, where was it? I'm taking the T for the gas because it was in there like that, and the top one, the bottom one was the gas coming in, top one was to the fridge, and then the right hand one was going to the hot water boiler. So now it's just straight through to the hot water boiler now. The manifold for it is in their cupboard, so I can still turn it off independently if I need to. But I do use the hot water, I say not regular, but more than regular. Oh, this tripod plays up. So now is all I've got to do is just take the plug off it. It's still on. It's using nothing, and I'm bringing in 8 amps. Look at the sun though. And the fridge is down to minus 1.5 because I turned it right up. I got the seat out because it was plugged into that there, which is the battery charger and the fridge. They both ran off that socket. That socket is run off the outside mains. There's a socket down behind there which I'm just about to put another plug into, as though I can run it off the inverter. I don't know, I could run the wire that way and go direct into, there's a junction box in there. I could just go direct into the junction box. I think I might just do that actually. I might just do that. Fridge has just turned itself off. Yeah, I mean, I'm still at 30. It's been on all morning and it's still at 13.5, so there's plenty of solar though, isn't it? Let's see if I can get him to start up again. Turn it, if I get you in there upside down. There, I just felt him go click. There, he should fire back up again now. It takes a few minutes for him to, a few seconds for him to suddenly kick in. No, -5 must be enough for him. -1.5, sorry. Yeah. Well, as long as it charges my laptop up, runs the fridge all day, because I can turn the fridge off at night. Well, the timer will turn the fridge off at night. As long as I can still use my laptop, I ain't too worried about the TV. It's very rare I watch TV nowadays, but you know, if it's pissing down outside, you want something to do in it, and if you've got no internet. Alright, now I'm about to fit that. I'm not going to film that because I'll show you outside the window. Look, we got PC plug down here. Trouble with the neighbours again. I ain't allowed to say that, am I? No, because yeah, I could hear them arguing last night, but anyway, get on with it. Right, fridge is in now. Back far enough I can get in my drawers. I haven't wired him in yet, but I'll flick the switch in. I have wired up both fans now. They're both working. They're both on the switch at the moment, because I'm going to put that other control unit this side and drop the sensor down behind the fridge. I might even put it up there yet, don't know, because there's loads of room behind that cavity. Well, in fact no, it's got to go down there because that's the room inside the cavity. That's the trunking conduit. That's where all my cables running in and out. It's the solar as well. I can't remember what they're all for now. It's in the book. Yeah, get in there. I think I'm going to leave that in there, leave that outside, because if I take it off then I'll just ram some insulation up inside it, just to stop a draft. I would like to have put a sliding vent on that, because in the winter, when it's not being used, there is a draft. If the fridge isn't on, there is a draft comes through there. I would like to have put a vent on there. That's the power coming from the relay that does the fridge, turns the fridge on and off on the 12 volts. So that's not being used anymore. So the only thing is, I've now got the cap down the side, and what I've decided to do is I'll get some kingspan at the shed, and I'll drop a sheet of kingspan down there. That'll help insulate the fridge a little bit more, possibly on there and on the top, because now I've got room to put a small knife and knife and fork drawer, because at the moment my knives and forks, I haven't got a drawer this side because the sink dropped down into, they're in there on a I screwed the thing down to stop it moving around. So at least I can put it in a drawer now. I didn't want to put it in one of those drawers because it's too far to bloody bend. So yeah, that's what I'll probably end up doing, is I'll just make a knife and fork drawer to slide in underneath the top, put some runners on it. Got loads of runners, and just make the knife and fork drawer out of itself. And then looking at it, it's got room to put my camera in there. So right, love you and leave you. He's all screwed in there solid now. I can still see outside though. That's going to really wind me up, that is. I might put a board across the back as though it has to be extracted. I haven't filled that in yet. As you can see, you can virtually see straight out in the reflection. And I haven't been down the shed to get some kingspan to go in there. That's all screwed back in together. That's temporarily is what I've done for now. Is I've put the timer in the wall. It's on the timer now, and so it's turned on. And when I finish, I'll just turn the inverter off. It'll stop the clock on that. So all I've got to do is just keep setting the clock every time I want to turn it on in the mornings. So unless I leave the inverter on all night, when the time comes and I'm plugged in the mains, is all I got to do is pull it out of there and put it into there. So that's simple. As I say, this is just temporarily at the moment. It just stops me. It doesn't quite stop me getting to my USBs. Right, let's have a look. It's still getting there. The inverter's on. You ain't whistling or you can't hear the fan or anything on him at the moment. So, my nice new seat covers. That all slips up in there behind there, lovely, look. There you go. And the back cushion, I always put him behind the seat belt, as though the seat belt helps to hold him in there. Because I still haven't got around to putting the Velcro on him yet. There, that's that. And there. Right. There you go. Now that holds the seat covers up, the seats up. I just haven't tidied up from when I came back from South Central. I cleaned this side up, and it's just that I've got all this out now to do this job. So that's it. Put everything away now. Put the bed back up. Not as a bed though. And that'll be it. Yeah, not using any power. I'm pulling 8 amps of solar in. It is nice and sunny. So there's a little bit of heat coming out of there. But I don't know whether that's coming from the sun or on the side of the van, because obviously there's no insulation around the vent or in the vent. Right, that's it. I can put the table back up now, and then I call it a day. Put all this bloody stuff away. Oh God, I hate putting it away. I've got to find somewhere to put that yet. I don't really want to take it all down the yard. Stick it on eBay. It was working, but not efficiently. On the 240 volt, I didn't suck the battery on the 240 volt by running the inverter. Inverter was virtually on all the time, and the fan was running. So, and then it got quite hot. Oh, it just turned itself off. So it's up to temperature. Well, oh no, it's just come back on. Minus 0.2. Let's zoom in on that. Put that at the back. Minus 0.2. Yeah, there's the point in it. So anything below 4 degrees above is plenty. Now I doubt if it'll turn itself back on until it gets down to that anyway. So right, and because the batteries are still fully charged, 13.7, of course the amperage of the solar's dropped down to 4 amps now. It's still just as sunny. Right, let me just boggling on again. Alright, even the van. Do it again, look. Even the van. Oh, focus, you bugger. 13.6 on the van. Oh, yeah, 13.5, 13.6 on the van. And that's because the solar's charging the van up as well. That's what it's all about.